Presentation on the glycolytic system. So for the introduction, in exercise we're able to produce about 20 seconds of maximum power, and then after that we have used all of our stored ATP PCR, we head into glycolysis. Um, Glycolysis is the second source of the energy system. The duration is short to moderate, about 20 to 90 seconds, and the load is moderate. It is the breakdown of glucose for fuel. So when the breakdown of glucose, we tap into glycogen, our glycogen reserve, body glycogen reserves, and that is a product from food, specifically carbohydrates. So when we consume more carbs versus protein into our diet as athletes, we will have more energy that is stored as glucose, to be able to last longer during our matches or our games and everything like that, versus an athlete that would be eating a higher protein intake and a lower carb intake. They would be more prone to fatigue earlier in the match versus the one that consumed more carbs. So the glycolytic system overview. This energy system depends on rapid breakdown of carbohydrates. The time of length of this system is about 1 minute long. While glucose is constant, glycogen is stored in the muscles and liver. So glucose is constantly circulating in the bloodstream, while glycogen is stored in the muscle and liver. Glucose and glycogen are broken down by the process of glycolysis to create more ATP. Then lactate is formed. Hydrogen ions are released and causes the muscle to become more acidic. Then when it becomes more acidic, that's when the athlete will feel that burning sensation in their muscles during their workout. When there is a hydrogen buildup in the blood, it leads to a decrease in power and muscle fatigue. So on this graph for phosphagen, this athlete is going, in the blue line, the athlete is going to 100%, but they're crashing way earlier, about the 20-second mark, and then that's when they completely go down. Versus when in the glycolytic system, we have a higher peak power and we de-escalate at a slower rate versus if we were doing the ATP PCR approach. Training methods to develop the glycolytic system. In order to teach the body to clear lactate, a 1-to-3 ratio would be appropriate. That would be giving, like, let's say you do 30 seconds worth of sprints, that you get a minute and 30 seconds, 90 seconds rest time. So that would be more than enough time for your body to actually recover from you performing that 30-second 100% all-out sprint, versus if you want to teach your body to tolerate the lactation, a 1-to-1 ratio or a 2-to-1 ratio would be best, meaning that the athlete is causing their body to become more comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. So being able to tolerate and prevent the burning sensation from the feeling of the acidity and the fatigue of the muscle to inhibit their performance in their matches. So short circuits with 45 seconds per station and 15 seconds to move into the next station. Sprint repeats, 10 repetitions of 30-second sprints, being as fast as you can go, and with 15 seconds rest between each rep. That would be the 2-to-1 ratio. Also, I thought that HIIT would be appropriate for this, for training this system, because in a HIIT, in high intensity interval training, it's high intensity and it's an interval training, meaning that so when you are doing your first station, your rest time is practically you jogging or walking to your next station. And as soon as you hit that station, your second station, you're expected to go 100% and just as hard as you went in your first station. And then until you finish all 3 to 4 stations is when you actually get like a 3 minute, however long your rest time is, and then you just go again. But the thing is with HIIT intervals, HIIT trainings, is you can't go eight sets of that entire circuit because your body will fatigue. So yeah. And then resulting into physical fitness, just like taking into consideration of HIIT interval, the duration differs for each athlete. So the athlete, from the time gap of the glycolytic energy system, is the 20 to 90 second time gap. So the athlete that isn't as fit and didn't come as prepared during to their preseason, if they do a HIIT circuit that is high intensity and you're just doing repetitions, they're going to fatigue less. They're going to fatigue quicker. They're going to be more towards the 20 second time, versus an athlete that did come in and is more comfortable with feeling that that burning sensation and being able to tolerate better. They would be more towards the 90%. Yes, they will be experiencing the same things, but they will be mentally and physically able to handle that sense of being uncomfortable. Even though, and then meaning that they would avoid lactate threshold. Even though lactate threshold is a point of complete failure, the point of failure for an individual, but with exercising this energy system more often specifically would create a longer duration, being able to perform in their sport without complete burnout. Again, with that mentality of being able to deal with feeling uncomfortable. They are still going to be feeling that burning sensation and that hydrogen becoming more acidic and everything, but it's going to be more tolerable. It's not going to be enjoyable, but tolerable. So yeah, and then those are my references. So yeah.